morning. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Market Mornings. I'm your host, Jay Reed. It's Friday, July 18th, and we got a loaded session as always to close out the week from crypto, Nvidia warnings. So we're going to break down everything you need to know before the bell, which actually is in like 2 minutes. So we're going to actually start the day off different. We're going to get right into the charts, and we're going to start with what's on the move this morning. And we got Norfolk Southern Corporation. They're up pretty big. They're up. They may get acquired by Union Pacific, so they're up off of that news. We got GSK PLC tumbled 6%. They rebounded a little bit. No. They rebounded a little bit off of that news, but after the cancer drug faces delays, so it dropped over 6%. FDA voted against the blood cancer drug Blenrep due to eye-related side effects. So that's that. We got Reckitt, whatever you want to call it, Reckitt Home Care. Hold on, make sure I'm spelling it right. Reckitt. I can't pull that one up. I don't have the ticker here. Sorry. We got Talen Energy Corp. Jumps 14% after power plant deal. So it's up way up here somewhere. Actually, the market, market just opened. So like I said, it jumped 14%, and then we got Sarepta Therapeutics. That was down 17%, as you can see. So we're gonna go into, we got XRP sliding. Let me see, what else do we have? PNC. Let's check up on them. They're in my portfolio right now, which is taking a beating right now. Taking a major beating. We got that. Let's check up on BTBT, Bit Digital. Bit Digital's doing this thing. This Black Sky Technology crashed a little bit. Well, not a little bit, a lot of it last night. It rebounded in the overnight markets, but it seems to not be recovering so much. So yeah, we'll Black Sky is in our portfolio. What else do we have? We have let me see something here. We have Big Bear AI. Big Bear AI is continuing to climb here to 838. So it's up pretty significantly after it crashed to $6. So it's up a couple bucks. What else we got here in the playbook? FMB took a slide on me here. Let me see, where's RCAT doing? RCAT's down a little bit as well. Sounds up. And PNC, man, I need you to do something. Let's see here. Unusual Machines, another drone company. Double top, so it may slide. Yeah, so just kind of watching the markets here. Let's see what the news has. Oh, this is new. Oh, and you can't see anything on my screen now that I see. All right.
Barrel trend alert. I hope y'all ready to sip some tea. So look.
Let's look at the SPY. Wow, that's so quick. Yeah, I just got out of PNC. Took a huge loss, 180. Um, you know, big setback in my portfolio. Had a lot of stuff expiring today. See if I can get off of it. Welcome, Massey. All right, what's moving, y'all? What's moving this morning? We got XRP. Looks like a gray day. I don't like gray days. To me, they're worse than red days. We seem to not be skipping. That's a good thing. I cleared up some space on my computer. So we look to be doing 100% better. What's going on, Greeny? Make sure you guys like and share the live. So just so we can get it out there, man. Double tap that screen, all that good stuff. You a Green Beret? While we're waiting on some movement here, because like you said, it's a great day. Something that was interesting in the news was crypto market gets major win as Congress passes stablecoin bill. I don't know how everyone feels about that, but it's finally here. This is the first, if not the, I know it's definitely the first major um, bill passed for crypto. And as you can see, Congress passed the first, actually, it's the first legislation to regulate stablecoin backed by Republicans and championed by President Donald Trump. The legislation imposes federal or state oversight on dollar-linked tokens and could unlock faster, cheaper forms of payments, according to supporters. Critics, including Senator Elizabeth Warren and Representative Maxine Waters, warned that the new stablecoin regulatory regime won't do enough to protect consumers and could lead to pressure for government bailouts if issuers of the digital tokens fail. So they're concerned, and this has Circle's a new IPO. They're up off of the news as well as Coinbase. So I guess the a lot of the pushback is that basically um, it's going to open up the door for bank failures, because if banks start going into this stuff, issuing their own tokens, so to speak, then then they could we could get into another bailout situation, which is not what we want. Definitely not what we want. Um, and I think some of the pushback on it from the Republican side was that it was going to create basically a digital Federal Reserve, which is kind of you know contrary to the whole premise of Bitcoin being decentralized, meaning no central control over it. It's controlled by the blockchain. It's controlled you know um, by the miners, people solving the equation. So there's no, like, basically there's no scamming, so to speak. Or how when when Wells Fargo was stealing money, like pennies on everybody's account that added up to billions, or you can't, this kind of prevents all that. So those, they had to have a meeting to get those guys to sign on. So we'll take a look at that article. It's on Bloomberg. Let me see what else we got in the news. Netflix shares slipped. Netflix they top Wall Street's lofty estimates, and they're raising their forecast, but it's never enough for the market. Let's look at the chart on that real quick. This was what everybody was waiting on, but as you can see, it took a big dump here. Everybody was waiting on their earnings. Like I said, they killed earnings by 12 cents on the revenue, and 22 million on the, I'm sorry, 12 cents on the earnings, and almost 13 cents and 22 million on the revenue side. So that's way above numbers. But Netflix reported second quarter results that exceeded investor expectations in every major metric, with revenue growing to 11.1 billion and earnings jumping to $7.19 a share. The company raises forecasts for full year sales and profit margins and expects to generate up to 45.2 billion in sales this year, with an operating margin of almost 30%. Netflix chief executive officer Spencer Newman said the company prefers to grow internally, and management expects engagement to increase in the second half of the year. So what has them down is I don't know. I don't know what had, maybe there's some profit taking going on. I mean, they raised their forecast. I believe it's something to do with, if I was listening this morning, it has something to do with engagement. Like, people aren't looking at it as long as they normally do, like the engagement or the amount of the time, just like if you're streaming, like, the amount of time that people look at you, that's going down or something for Netflix. And I guess people are saying that that's going to, I don't know, put those revenue numbers in jeopardy. I don't know. The market's crazy, but they smashed numbers, but they took a, and they went up prior to earnings, but they took a, over almost a 6%, 5.5% drop this morning, and they recovered somewhat, but I don't know. The market's fickle. It's hard to gauge what's gonna happen these days. Let me see. And we're not skipping, so I'm proud of that. Definitely proud of that. European states have approved a sanctions package on Russia. EU imposes new raft of sanctions on Russia and its oil trade. How is this affecting oil? Does this have anything? WTI. As you can see, oil is down a little bit this morning off of this news. Yeah, oil reacts to EU sanctions. The oil market reaction to the latest EU sanction on Russia has been significant, as previous efforts to target the Kremlin's flow have done little to curb the exports, according to Capital Economics. Market participants, nor we seem convinced that the lower price cap or any other measure introduced will be able to do it any more to limit Russia's exports, says economist Lily Millard. The Brent crude prices is on track to finish this week, basically in line with the close last week. So the tepid reaction could also be attributed to OPEC's spare capacity and the prospect of further supply coming online over the coming months. Brent is up 0.9% at 70.13, while the WTI rises 1% to 66. So I guess initially they reacted in a positive way. Well, they went up, but it's since come back down. So the European Union has approved a fresh package on Russia over its war against Ukraine, including revised oil. So they're introducing the oil price cap and new banking restrictions. So the package will see about 20 more Russian banks cut off from the international payment system SWIFT and face a full transaction ban, as well as, so they're trying to hit Russia where it hurts, and that's the oil. But Mother Russia won't stop. Can't stop, and they just keep on pumping, and the world market is eating it up because we need the oil. We need the oil, and if their production comes offline, then probably see a spike in crude oil. Last week, I know where I'm from, gas was under $3. Now it's like now it's like 320-ish. Somebody just told me SoFi is doing numbers. Let's see what SoFi is doing. Yeah, SoFi is back off of this. It's 18. Excuse me. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. So I can't complain on that. What's going on, Mario? Welcome to the channel. So they're trying to get Russia in check. It's not going as planned. Let's see what else we got here. Burberry shares jump. Burberry sells. So luxury is always, for some reason, a good thing to get into when the market's in question. Burberry's comparable store sales shrank 1% in the quarter that ended in June, less than the 3.7% drop analysts had expected. So that's good news for them. Let me see what their Burberry is. Burberry Group PLC. Is it a German company? Yeah, I don't think they have a US stock, but as you can see here, it's at $1,322, up almost 6%. And their plan is on track, according to Citigroup analyst Thomas Chavette, and who has expected the sales sales may have turned positive in June. So they didn't slump as much as possible. Like I said, everybody, um, when it's bad times, the rich are making money, and then they're gonna go spend it because that's what they do. Not the spending ain't gonna stop. The balling is gonna keep going. You know, so yeah, so that's what's going on there. That's pretty much all in the five things to know this morning. Let's go back to the charts. Crypto momentum. Actually, let's look at that as well. Crypto momentum. Crypto market value tops 4 trillion as stablecoin bill passes. Again, this goes on the bill that they just recently passed in the Senate. No, it passed the House, so it's going to the president's desk to be signed. Oh, 1 second here. Make sure I stay on top of my duties. Um, yeah. So, yes, it's going to the president's desk to be signed, and the market top 4 trillion for the first time, driven by a rally in altcoins and momentum from sweeping U.S. legislation. The options market shows traders are increasing bets for even higher prices in the weeks ahead. Bitcoin's path to 150,000 looks increasingly inevitable, said Fadi Adulfa, head of research at Cooper. The original cryptocurrency accounts for about 60% of the entire digital. The original cryptocurrency accounts for 60% of the entire digital market value. So if you look at this chart, the we went up to 3 trillion in 2022, and the collapse here happened, and we were on the rise back to 3 trillion. Then we took a slight little downturn, and then Trump gets elected, and now we touched 4 trillion in the beginning of 2025, and I think that was based on all the speculation that it's going to be crypto, crypto whatever, and of course everybody got rugged here. It fell, and then now it's back up. So it looks like trillions of dollars are being. You got 2 trillion here. Let's double it to 4. Let's get out. Making another trillion. Go back up. So we're probably close to 10 trillion, 4 or 5 trillion on top of this. Where the probably these original 60% have made. If you got in and got out. So crypto's doing its thing. What else we got? What are they talking about here? We got we know the crypto market got a major win. We already went over that. So it reached a record high Monday to about 123,000 for the first time on Monday, driven by government-friendly policy momentum and big money positioning. Like those options, people are betting on 150. The rally has been buoyed by a broader risk on sentiment on Wall Street, with stocks near records. So probably people want to take those profits from the stock market, with it being like so high. I think there's some fear that it may fall for whatever reason. You got tariffs coming in August 1st, stuff like that. So maybe they take that money and position it in Bitcoin. And so we'll monitor that. According to Eric Jackson, president and founder of the EMJ Capital. A lot of smart investors that I talk to think we can see a quick shoot to 150 and even 250 by the end of this year. Wow, 250 by the end of the year? That's crazy. Let me see if they got that chart here on the options market. Bitcoin breaks out of range. Yeah, 250 by the end of the year. So you see Bitcoin breaks out of the range. ETFs and institutions are still gobbling up supply, while a cohort of long-term holders and miners simply aren't selling. So it's almost like it's a new gold rush, I think. And you're probably, if you don't have it, you're probably gonna be mad. You know, if you don't have it, your grandkids are gonna say, "Man, granddad, what were you thinking?" Feeding frenzy and IBIT today, third most traded ETF today after SPY and QQQ. Let me see what IBIT's doing. Yeah, we got volumes at like 857,000 right now, averaging a million in this in the 1 hour time frame. Double top, you know, it's been talked about, so it may fall here a little bit, but it's could break out of this zone as well. What's up, Timmy Tope? How you doing? Welcome to the channel. So it could break out of this zone. The momentum shifting. Let's look at the 97-minute. More of a long term. Yeah, so I mean, you know, wasn't that much momentum to the downside. But in the 1 hour chart, it is showing a double top, and it could fall again. This is the ETF I'm looking at. So if you, like I said, it was the IBIT was the third most traded ETF, and we're 1.7 billion in volume, which is a lot. SPY is at, these are staples. So after the staples, you got them TSLL. That's Tesla. Yeah, TSLL is up right now. Gold's supposedly gonna slip to under 3,000 here shortly. I don't know how true that is, but we'll see. So yeah, it's just more news on Bitcoin. Investors pour 2.7 billion into U.S. Bitcoin ETF last week. As you can see how that compares. That's fourth highest amount on a weekly basis. While investors pile into ETFs, a new wave of treasury companies are fresh participants in the current bull run. Firms like SoftBank. We talked about SoftBank, and I think we actually had it in my portfolio at one point. Oh no. SoftBank is it new? I don't think you can buy it right now unless you're an accredited investor. But excuse me, they're in something. I know you have to go back and look at probably all of my videos. I can't remember sometimes, but welcome Lene Tori. SoftBank backed 21 Capital and Justin Sun's Tron Inc. Let me see Tron Inc. Yeah, Tron Inc. is on the market. You can see that it's a roller coaster. with them. And they've just had standardized earnings. Basically, they're losing money. Uh, Tron announced a ticker symbol change to Tron. So they've changed the Tron. Maybe this is, maybe this is the start of something big for them. Um, to influencers, Anthony Pompliano's ProCap Financial. Yeah, they're not traded. Publicly traded, that is. Are raising equity and convertible debt to buy crypto, injecting the asset into vehicles that already trade on the stock exchange with varying degrees of financial engineering. Meanwhile, Sailor Strategy, still the dominant corporate holder, looms large with more than 600,000 Bitcoin on its books, uh, with the value of its holding hitting an once unthinkable 73 billion. Yeah, the latest bull run has less meme stock frenzy compared to previous cycles, said Gabe, the head of research. So this run is a little bit more stable. You don't see huge drops. Bitcoin aligned equities, miners, brokers, exchanges are climbing in sync. Ether has joined the broad, and I didn't like Ether. I thought Ether was done. One of my friends asked me, and I gave him my. I'm always gonna give you my honest opinion, whether it's right or wrong. I mean, I don't care about being right or wrong. I'm just giving you the real. And what's up, JG317? And yeah, I thought Ether was done. I think it was. Let me see when he asked me. It had to be months ago. So it was definitely before July, definitely before June. It was probably back in May. May. So yeah. So it's doubled since then. So I was terribly wrong on that. I'll be the first to admit it. And now it's almost at 3,700. It's entering a breakout zone here in the extension. So we'll see in the fib extension. So we'll see. But it's definitely join the game. So yeah, so Bitcoin, man, they're talking to 150. Worst case, best case 250. So I have some, of course, just sitting. Also, I'm also a holder of Solana. I lost some. I won't say I lost a lot, but I lost some messing around. Like they were talking about. This bull run's a little more stable. Um, the last bull run was a little ruggy. So I was messing around with meme coins and stuff. So I lost some. I'll probably be up a lot more than what I am now, but yeah. So Solana is one. SWE. I don't want to see the market cap. SWE US dollar. SWE USD. SWE is at $4 now. And if you know anything about SWE Lend is probably the new form of banking. We'll see, but it's definitely, yeah. One of my friends said, cousins said, crypto is doing its thing again, um, which is true. I just told him what I just told you guys. They're saying 150, best case 250 by the end of the year. So yeah, What else we have in the news here? Let's go back to we're on the charts. Let's go back to SPY. Yeah, SPY. SPY we probably need to look at on a 1 minute chart. And we'll look at it on a 3 minute chart. Christian, welcome to the channel. Another thing with crypto is is Trump. Trump's 620 million of quick crypto riches reshapes his fortune. Trump has used their name and connections to profit from the digital asset at a quicker clip than from their traditional real estate business. So they made more money and faster. I won't say more money, but they made money faster with crypto than they have with real estate, which is, I guess, traditionally a long game. So I'm not surprised. Welcome, Pete. I'm not surprised by that statement, but yeah, and I would probably buy that picture. So on the surface, Donald Trump's personal net worth looks remarkable, and because he's with the Trump media deal, he's back to being a billionaire. Since retaking the White House, 6.5 billion on election day, 6.4 billion now. But digging deeper into the figures reveals an unprecedented and unmistakable shift on how he and his family are buttressing their empire and how much more quickly they stand to potentially profit. So basically, it's saying that his net worth may seem down, but he's moving money into crypto. And you can see the chart here. You got World Liberty Financial, which is their crypto bank, similar to SWI, but probably a lot more murky. So then you got Trump. This is what let me look at the months. Like if you go, he's at 3.2 billion in March of 2021. A lot of it's his you got Mar-a-Lago in there. A lot of it's his real estate business, and less other assets. And like I said, mostly his real estate business. He's not actually into crypto. Then in 2023, he starts getting into publicly traded business. That was his small piece in the Trump Media Group thing. Still heavy in real estate and other assets. And then boom, 2024, I won't say the deal goes through, but it the valuation on the Trump Media and Technology Company like ballooned. So that became a majority of his worth, and he's still in real estate. Still's got Mar-a-Lago and Doral as the main pieces. But now looks like he's moved that money, some of it into a Trump token and World Liberty Financial, and less, then we get a value of 2 billion on the Trump Media and Technology. Other assets are still down here, and then Doral's now valuated at 1.5 billion. You got Mar-a-Lago down there, now a smaller piece. So he's growing. He's alive. So and like it or not, like him or not, I mean, I like what he's doing for crypto. I've always been a crypto guy, but I kind of let the naysayers not get me as invested as I should have been. Um, so like I said, you got Circle Internet Group, which is gonna, they're doing numbers. I think they've tripled since their IPO, which was recently. Hey Pete, how you doing? Which was recently. So yeah. So they're doing their thing, man. I can't take nothing away from them. I don't want to take anything away from them on the crypto space. What else we got? What else we have here? That's pretty much all that's going on in the news. I went over some of the movers. Let's see what Europe has going on here. Let me see if this is where top strategists see trade woes curbing gains for European stocks. Yeah, I mean that's basic. Strategists are cutting caution about the second half. The stocks Europe 600 is seen rising to 554 by the end of the year, which isn't Deutsche Bank has it at a little closer to 600, and CMC targets it over 600, but it's probably going to come in at 554, and that's a slowdown from the trade war that's going on. So all of these things affect the market, whether you like them or not. Let's see what breaking news. Yeah, so they looks like the Chevron deal has gone through. Yes, Chevron prevails in the Exxon fight and closes the deal to buy Hess. So has Chevron up about 0.3 right now, Hess up about a point, and they closed it at $53 billion to buy Hess more than 20 months after the takeover was announced. Decision is a major victory for Chevron, ending a period of strategic limbo that hurt its stock and prompted questions over the quality of the company's due diligence. When they're saying that they didn't really, did you look at the hurdles you were going to have to go into? Let's see, just looking at their stock. We'll do the last 5 years. As you can see, they were probably on a good path. This is probably when that deal started. So they've slipped a great deal from 166 to 137. So you got about $30 in stock price that they need to make up. So that puts them at a 180, almost 200 range. So maybe they get that back. We shall. And this is recent. So yeah, I mean you could probably look at that slip. What we're gonna do right now, I'm gonna take a quick break and take this phone call, and I'll be back.
Jay Reed on the track.
right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had the mic off. A couple of things I was looking at on the break is MSTR. MSTR is taking a dive here. Um, a dive down what? Little 3-4%, almost 4% dive. It's got a target. It's coming out. That's after a double top. It's got a target of 424. So it's broken what they call the neckline right here. It's what forms when you draw out a double top, and then it creates a target. Back down to the lowest. To the one of these low points. So this is 424. I don't know if it'll hit that, but that's just something interesting to look at. And then as I was just looking at the options chain here on interval flow, we have a lot of 0 days getting taken out on that within the last few minutes. Actually, no, this is Monday. What am I doing? Well, that was Monday. Some 0 days got taken out, but coin 0 days at 420. I may have to get in on something like that. Let me see, coin. Yeah, as you can see, my portfolio took a huge hit messing around with this dang on banks. I'm in the hole. So a little setback to my $10,000 challenge. One thing you don't want to do is take too much risk, which I did. See if I can pop on a 0 day. 437. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know. It could. We're in that zone. Yeah, I don't have enough for that, but looking at it here, and I'm just looking at the whales, and we got a $53 million put on Microsoft at 550. Wow. I mean, of course, it's not gonna go under 550 in the next 245 days. So about 100 contracts. It's 29 points. Yeah. It's a lot. And what I'm doing right now is looking at the options interval flow. And the premiums are over 100,000. So I'm just kind of really trying to isolate what are the whales doing. And I don't want any, I don't want any of the ETFs, the indexes. Volume's got to be over 500. And I think that's all I have on there right now. Mm. Cleveland Cliffs got a couple calls, a 0 day at 9. See if this is something I want to get in. Yeah, I think it stays above 9. What something like that costs? $46. We have earnings coming out Monday. Try to adjust that. If I can get in at 46, then I'll get in. Okay. And one thing too, when you're buying options, especially on Robinhood, make sure you look at, like, just say if I wanted to buy this again, make sure you look at this spread. A lot of times it'll just put you at a high mark here, and you can go down and go for the bid, which is the mark, or the ask. A lot of times I just go straight to the bid, and you'll be surprised that it will fill. um yeah, so I'm trying to use up some of my day trades to get back in the mix here to recover these losses that I'm going to incur. And if we want to, if I look at 0 day, let's try to find me some 0 days, um where a lot of the weight is going. you know um AMD. And also make sure you double tap that screen if you're checking me out on TikTok, and share the live to all your friends. um it's rare that I do a live trading session. Let's see what it only has, that one 0 day. Yeah, see, I lost all my money on this one today. I should have sold FMV. Um, it did good this morning. I mean, it got rejected at both ends, so maybe we rebound here later on today. I mean, it goes until 8:15, so I still got time built in. Let me see, what is the deltas? The delta's at 36, 32, so 32% chance of this closing out a winner. I want to see what I'm going to do on this in 1 minute 45 seconds. What's going on, coin today? Is that Bitcoin or 50 cents? What I'm so happy about is I'm not lagging and skipping and doing all that stuff today. I'm actually staying on, which is all right with me. 50 seconds here to see what I'm going to do on this. Volume's up. Oh, 10 seconds. Yeah. Ain't gonna get out of that. I was playing around. And what I like to do too is maybe come in here and stock price is let's do $50. Mara, let's see what Mara's doing. Probably could take a 21 0 day on this. 20 0 day. Appreciate that, Ace. We need to get back out there, man. It's too dang on hot right now, though. Quasum, welcome to the channel. Yeah, I feel you. Once I find that chart, Ace, hey, I'm gonna let you know for sure. You're gonna be the first one I let know. Yeah, man, I feel you. I feel you on that. Fatherhood, boy, it's something else, ain't it? Yeah, man. I ain't really been. I broke my driver. You know what I'm saying? When I was out there with Or and them, um, I had noticed something been kind of up with my driver. You know what I'm saying? But I cracked the head on it, like it cracked, split down the. It split basically. Um, so yeah, man. I went to go buy one. Well, this was at first. I was like, I bought a bag. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, watch when I buy this bag, my damn driver gonna go out. What do you know? A week later, damn driver went out. So, I went looking for drivers. The one I'm gonna get is a what is it? It's a he told me to get the AI smoke. They told me them QI20 because that's a tailor made, right? QI20. Let me see. Yeah, club. Yeah, it's a tailor made. He say them tailor mades. I go up there and be talking to the guys at Dick's. And dude said the TaylorMade they good, but they have all kind of problems because of the face. Like that new technology they're using on the face, like some people it be cracking, some people it fall off. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, whatever. So he told me one of the best drivers. Well, he said the best drivers out there is damn, what's the other one? TaylorMade. Let me see. Forgot the brand. Just that quick. Is Callaway. Said Callaway make the best drivers. So he recommended that AI smoke. You know what I'm saying? For like, cause it's got forgiveness in it, and it not tireless. I can't even hit them. My uncle bought a tireless. Yeah, that bitch still in the garage. He's like, man, I can't hit that. And then you know that one driver I bought, man, there's something wrong with that driver, man. I should go back up there and slang that bitch through the damn window. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it hit the owner in the head. But it's like, man, that thing is every time I hit it, it sound like it's got a dead spot in it. That bitch, if I hit that bitch dead center and it come off like I done topped it. I went, first I'm thinking it's the shaft, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's cause I had the stiff shaft on it. Man, that wasn't nothing. I went and put my old shaft on it, same thing, if not worse. So yeah, he got me, but I only paid I paid 200 for it, and that was a good 200. Yeah, it's got to have a dead spot. You know what I'm saying? I got the nerve to take it back up there and be like, man, hey, unhand my 200. But yeah, man. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna buy the AI smoke, but I'd be like the AI smoke with the Tenzi 55 ounce, I think, shaft. But that'd be like 200. I'm sorry, that'd be like 3 something. So I don't know. It ain't a priority right now for me. Yeah, but that's the one I'm gonna get though. This AI smoke paradigm. Yeah, them Tacoma irons. Everybody love them. Everybody love them. I changed my grips too. I got those I forgot what kind of grips they is. They wins though. The other grips was squishy. You know what I'm saying? I'll be right back, y'all. Gotta take this call.
Jay Reed on the track.
right, sorry about that. I'm back. Ace, if you still there, yeah, definitely those paradigms is where it's at, man. Well, just from what I was talking, just from what the dude told me, those are, if you're into drivers or golf and all that stuff, get you a paradigm or get you a Callaway. Everything else is because he explained to me Callaway has like they're using AI basically, and they've been using it for a long time, and so they'll create like 500 different different models, and then they'll do AI testing, and they'll let down to 50 or so, and then they do the actual like robot swing training and all that testing, and all that stuff, and then from there they come out with a few models, and then they choose from that, and they only put out like one model per year. They come out every year, but the model lasts, like first you'll have an adjustable model, and then the next year it'll be the same model but with less adjustments, and then they come out with a whole new thing. So yeah, man. um but yeah, we haven't found anything worth jumping in. I need some stuff to bounce back, as you can see. It's just a challenge account. It's not where I do my regular trading. It's just I don't really day trade my regular stuff, but this is just a challenge account where I'm trying to, go from pretty much 0 to 10,000, with minimal investments every week. From your paycheck. It's kind of just to show you a way of saving. And like I said, I don't try not to do too much day trading on here. I mean, I am doing some option plays, but nothing really like 0 day or anything like that. But just showing you a way where you can grow your funds to, to a vacation a year. I don't know, whatever you want to use it for, bills, whatever. So we're just looking at that. Anything in the news feed? Wells Fargo adjusts Gartner price target from 345 to 400. It's still maintaining an overweight rating. Citigroup adjusts tractor supply target to down to 51 from 57. Let me see. Tractor supply. I don't know why that is. Yeah, man. Y'all guys got any questions, man? Any charts you want me to look at? I'm winding down. I'm about to get ready to go to lunch. I don't see any money to be made today. I've already taken a brutal hit messing around with the banks for earnings week. Earnings week has been dismal at best. Let me see what we got. Calendar, earnings calendar. Yeah, Netflix came. Everything that had earnings is pretty much dropped. Maybe they raise. Maybe they have a good week next week, but I didn't find any gems. Everything that I picked out PNC. That was a loser for me. That's the big hit that I took. PNC. I got out this morning. I probably should have got out when it hit up here on Thursday afternoon. But me being me, it's gonna go. Yeah, right. Then FNB. I was trying to pick out smaller. I won't say smaller banks, but not so large. And PNC is on a double top. It's broken out of the range. It's moving to the upside of this VWAP here. But it's not doing me any justice either. It was, but now I've lost all of my premium, and I am taking risky deltas right now. So I can't be surprised, I guess. But you know me, I'm trying to turn 15 cents into a million. I ain't trying to make $1 off of it. I need $100 off 15 cents. So, but that doesn't always work. So I recommend, and me and my partner was one of my partners was going back and forth. We weren't going back and forth, but he was just telling me, basically to be smarter and take stuff with deltas in the 50 to 60 range, with good value and stuff like that. So that's definitely the way to go. If not, you're taking a lot of risk, but with risk there is reward, and if you know what you're doing, like I think I do, everybody thinks they know what they're doing. I see some good value in some of this stuff here. What's Mara doing? Let me check out Mara again. Oh yeah, Mara's down. What about Hood? Robin Hood. Oh, I tell you, boy. Sometimes it's better to take your own advice. Coinbase is up as well. Is Weeble up? Weeble's up as well. Let's see what the options are. I don't want to mess with Weeble. I don't know. I just don't see anything that's worth getting into. Definitely not right now. Maybe later on today. So, unless you guys got any questions, man, I think that's going to be it for me. It's been a long stream. And, man, hold on. Let me see if I can. I'm going to incorporate some type of sounds here. But we are, how many hours in? We are, I don't know how many hours let's see. We're almost 2 hours in, no lagging, no drop. So, it's been a terrible week in the market for me. Lost about 40% of my bag. I mean, it's not a lot, but lost about 40% of my bag. And, we went over, we had a fairly good week streaming. So I definitely promote, all of my affiliate links. You can find them in the comments or in the bio above or down in the description. We got btcc.com if you're into trading crypto, which is this week is big. This was crypto week and it ended with a bang. Even though Bitcoin's down right now, XRP's down. I've been shorting that since the top because I got killed on it trying to short it at like $3, $2, $2.10, and both times it went up on me, and I wasn't able to recover. But now it looks like I'm gonna do pretty good. It should ride all the way down to the 299 range, at least. So if you're leveraging that, that's a good come up. One way to do that is on btcc.com. If you click the link in my bio or down in the description, you get a 10% bonus for first time deposits, but you can leverage trade crypto up to 500x. So that could spell a lot of profit or losing all your money. So make sure you set your stop losses and all that good stuff. If you're trying to get into Robinhood or Coinbase, I mean, they have a lot of different. I have a link for a streamlined approach to setting up your account. So yeah, man, we're going to call it a week. We'll see you guys next week, back better than ever. I got my lagging situation down, and like I said, this was a Friday episode of the Reed Report Market Mornings. I'm your host Jay Reed, and till next time, till next week, peace.
J